Welcome back, adventurers, to Let's Play Steins. In the last episode, Rintaro learned from Mayuri that Faris of MayQueen had possible information concerning the retro phantom PC of Akihabara known as the IBM 5100, a rather antiquated computer necessary to crack the proprietary database of none other than CERN, who apparently have been experimenting with time travel technology. Unfortunately for Rintaro, this information will come at a cost. He has to participate in the RaiNet Access Battlers unofficial cafe tournament known as the Faris Cup, in which the everyone else is basically competing for Faris' home cooking, but Rintaro is here for the IBM 5100. And if you were there in the last episode, you will know that Rintaro was contestant number 28 out of quite a number of RaiNet participants. And we're in the third round, the last round of the Faris Cup. And it seems like our good friend Daru has fallen the first to fall with an arrow straight into the eye. The left socket, no less. Probably should have been a good idea to team up with us to take up Rintaro's offer of a two-pronged assault from the very beginning, but that's obviously not going to happen now. Daru, a first round participant, was insta-killed by Faris. Yeah, that didn't take long. And he said I was going to be the burden. No, maybe Faris is just too good at RaiNet Access Battlers. Apparently it's similar to chess. In actuality, I believe according to the wiki that RaiNet Access Battlers is based on a German game, which is something to do with ghosts and stuff. There's a special board where you compete using pieces arranged in rows. The rules are fairly complicated, but basically the point of the game is to get your pieces into the enemy camp. Whoever gets the most pieces into the enemy camp wins. Faris is playing against 10 people at once. Also, this music is pretty epic for a underground unofficial tournament. And Faris is, once again, she is exceptionally skilled. She moves from table to table in a circle, taking one move at each before proceeding to the next, much to the chagrin of several of these seemingly defeated players as well. In Go, Shogi and chess, this is called a simultaneous exhibition. High-level players hold them to demonstrate their skill. And Faris does indeed seem to be highly skilled, just as Daru said. All 10 of the first round participants are annihilated within 15 minutes. Well, that didn't take long at all. I'm not holding up much hope for the other two rounds. I do not think that anyone is going to be walking away with Faris' home cooking this day. They may try a little harder, but a little harder isn't going to be enough to defeat Faris. Don't get cocky though. I lean back against the wall and silently watch the round 2 matches. And Mayuri is apparently just as impressed as Daru is about Faris' RaiNet skills. Mayuri returns from a break with a drink in hand and whispers to me. So basically, to summarize, Rintaro, Daru and Mayuri are all basically casual amateurs to the game of RaiNet Access Battlers, whereas Faris is basically a professional. That is a very, very good question to ask Mayuri there, Rintaro.
オカリ、今はね、ライネットアクセスバトラーズは秋葉どころか世界規模のブレンドなんだよ。
Apparently, RaiNet Access Battlers is popular all across the globe, although for some reason Mayuri seems to think that it's a blend of coffee. I think you got that wrong there, Mayuri.
トレンドだろ。
Rintaro says, I think you mean trend. I actually thought she meant brand, which is not too similar, but trend is actually more accurate in this case.
だからね、強くなったらきっとちびっ子たちの英雄になれるよ。
So apparently, Faris is the hero of every single person who attends the MayQueen Yan Yan for being good at RaiNet.
悪くない響きだな。
Lest we forget, Rintaro, you are Hououin Kyouma, the insane mad scientist, dedicated to
それにね、
chaotic
ウー
sciences.
パがとっても可愛いの。
And Mayuri still likes Oopas. Oopas are her favorites. And of course, as we all know, it's RaiNet's mascot character. These days he's more popular than that electric yellow rat. That's no way to talk about Pikachu from Pokemon. Have some standards, Rintaro.
その論視展開はおかしい。ライネットが強くなることとウーパが可愛いことは関係ないだろう。
I think she was changing the topic there. I don't think RaiNet's skill relates to Oopa's cuteness in any way, shape or form. I guess they're related in Mayuri's mind. She must be after those limited Oopa plushies they give out to participants in official tournaments. You'll never become the strongest with such pure intentions, Mayuri.
フェリスちゃんはとっても忙しいから公式大会に出る暇もないんだけど、きっと世界でもトップレベルの腕前だと思うんだ。
Well, she does have a lot of on her shoulders with the maid cafe, so it's only fair that she's not really much of an official player. Though of course she'd be probably in the top 5 if that were the case. And speaking of which, these faceless rabble participating in the Faris Cup are unworthy opponents. Just as expected, round 2 ends the same as round 1. Total annihilation. Nobody's even close to Faris's level.
にゃんにゃん、みんなごめんにゃ。でもフェイリスはライネットで手加減したら相手に失礼だと思ってるにゃ。
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to our chances, Rintaro. We're in the final round and we're probably going to fall epically as everyone else has. I don't think we're going to match Faris and Brute's strength, so we're going to need another strategy at
それ
some
に
point.
フェイリスが求めているのは真剣勝負なんだにゃ。
I don't think there is anyone who can go paw to paw with you in 2 seconds flat before they end up getting curb stomped by an RKO followed through by a Stone Cold Stunner.
フェイリスだ。マジパネス。僕らじゃ勝てねえ。勝てるわけがなかったんだ。
Yeah, the whole cooperation idea, I think you were probably regretting that now, but that's on you, Daru. A thick mood of defeat has already spread across the challengers. Some of them are even on their knees in shame. The wall of shame.
ざまあないな。貴様ら。
It's a little bit high and mighty of you there, Rintaro. I stride to the front of the crowd. I nonchalantly meet Faris's questioning gaze. Even Faris is curious about our apparent confidence and lack of fear.
真打ちというのは最後に出てきてこそだ。
That is if somebody from the third round actually manages to last longer than 2 seconds.
誰？お前に教えてやる。真の男の戦い方というものをな。
Well, Rintaro has apparently thrown down the gauntlet at Faris's feet. The question is, do we have the skill necessary to actually keep up with her in this game?
オカリン、まさか何か秘策が？
Apparently we do. It would seem.
そういうことだ。作戦名は G バックとだけ言っておこう。
Apparently Rintaro is going to call this Operation Sweet Side instead of his usual Nordic mythology, although I suppose he saves that for when he's actually working in the Future Gadget Laboratory. So let us do battle. A loud "oh" echoes from all around me, so now everyone is staring at Faris and Rintaro. Those cruelly defeated by Faris entrust their hopes unto me, unto us all, the 8 round 3 participants. Avenge us, they say. I can feel their pain. It gives me strength. Hopefully if we combine our forces and play tactically, we might be able to deal with Faris's unique RaiNet abilities. At first we were enemies, but now our hearts are joined in the against the indomitable might of Faris.
京馬には自信があるのかにゃ。
Well, to be fair, this isn't exactly a game of golf here, Faris, but I think we are. At least I hope so.
無駄にません。
Now we are mourning those who fell by the wayside in the first 2 rounds. Hopefully we can...
約束は覚えている。この勝負が終わったら、お前が知っている情報をすべて話してもらうぞ。
Hopefully we can fulfill our obligations, and indeed, we do have something else at stake, the information courtesy of the IBN 5100, which we
す
desperately
げ
need.
え。オカリンのやつ、初めからフェイリスに勝つ気だ。
Yes indeed, we do mean to win because we are that crazy.
オカリン、頑張れ。
And personal cheerleader Mayuri is giving us words of encouragement. This is it, ladies and gentlemen, the moment of truth. The crowd goes wild. They place their hopes onto me. Slowly step up to the table. No turning back now.
5分。それまでに勝負は決するだろう。
Rintaro is making a very bold claim that 5 minutes will be all that will take to decide this match. Whether we emerge victorious or not.
始めるにゃ。ライネットアクセスバトラーズデュエルアクセス。
Indeed. Let us duel. Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock. Brace yourselves, adventurers. Prepare to witness a battle of wills the likes of which you have never seen before. As Rintaro Okabe, also known as Hououin Kyouma, the insane mad scientist of the Future Gadget Laboratory, defeats the undefeated champion of MayQueen Yan Yan, Faris Yan Yan. Indeed. Well, that was anticlimactic, wasn't it? It didn't even take 5 minutes. Because we surrendered.
オカリン弱っ。弱すぎる。
Weak is a matter of perspective, although, of course, Rintaro has never played RaiNet Access Battlers before, so there was absolutely no way he could have even won against Faris. Because he doesn't even know the rules of the game. So that was a lot of dramatic build-up for a lot of, I suppose. By the way, I'm not alone. All 8 of the 3rd round contestants were blown out. All 28 of us. So that basically means that Rintaro was the last member of this little tournament, which is not entirely unsurprising given that he only arrived recently. And thus, the tournament ends in total victory for Faris. Looks like we're not going to be eating food tonight.
マユシはがっかりなのです。
And even Mayuri has deflated in her hopes of us.
結局全部ハッタリだったん？作戦名 G バックって何だったんだよおい。
Yes indeed, the infamous Operation Sweet Side. Well, if you give us a moment, Rintaro will explain.
京馬はまるで自爆するみたいに突っ込んできたのにゃ。
Faris apparently seems to have caught on to Kyoma's strategy here.
え？それってまさか。
And now Daru is starting to figure it out.
そのまさかだ。
Indeed, that was the plan all along. I leap onto a chair and strike an awesome pose, bathing the losers below me in scorn. Why the long faces, men? Well, to be fair, we can't actually lose to Faris. We don't exactly get beaten by her if we don't actually fight her.
作戦名 G バックとはすなわち自爆に等しい突撃を仕掛けること。
For those of you who are listening in, Operation Sweet Side is actually similar, to the Japanese word for suicide. I believe in the Funimation dub, which does a much better job of dramatizing this particular event. Hououin Kyouma's infallible strategy is Operation KBOOM, otherwise known as Kaboom.
どう見てもダジャレです。本当にありがとうございました。
Worst anagram ever. I don't know the rules. What else could I do?
でも、なんで京馬は負けたのにそんなに偉そうなのにゃ？
Well, you didn't. Technically, you can't say that, Faris, because we surrendered before you could pound us into cat food. So you can't necessarily say that you beat us.
まだ気づかないのかフェイリスニャンニャン。俺にとってこの戦い、勝ち負けなどどうでもよかったのだ。
Indeed, this is the second phase of Operation Sweet Side, or Operation
どういうこと
Kaboom.
かにゃ？
There's more to Rintaro's madness here.
俺がお前に提示した条件を覚えているか？
Indeed. Are you beginning to see, adventurers? A clever strategy.
フェイリスが負けたら情報をすべて話す。
That's not entirely correct there, Faris Nyan. Not entirely correct.
間違っているぞ、フェイリス。俺はこう言ったのだ。勝負した暁には、お前が知る情報をすべて話してもらう。と。勝負した暁には、だ。わかるか、フェイリス。
Indeed. You agreed to tell us about whatever information you had on the IBN 5100 if Kyoma agreed to participate in the Faris Cup. Well, he has participated. He didn't have to win in order to
俺は一言も
participate.
お前に勝ったらとは言っていない。この作戦は俺だからこそできたこと。この場にいる誰もがフェイリスの手作り料理という目の前の餌に釣られ勝つことにこだわりすぎていた。
The lure of home cooking.
だが俺は違った。フェイリスの手料理などには全く興味はなかった。そのモチベーションの差こそがこの負け前提の作戦を成功に導いたのだ。
And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes Operation Kaboom. Well, Rintaro may have indeed lost the battle, but he has won the war, so to speak. My laughter echoes throughout the cafe. Everyone is staring at me in disbelief. Mayuri's the only one to applaud.
わあ、オカリンすごいね。
Well, somebody has to. Somebody has to think that way.
来たね。
Yes, indeed, Daru, it was an underhanded trick, but, well, it worked, didn't it?
頭脳的作戦といえ、これぞオペレーション G バックだ。
Otherwise known as Operation KBOOM. Kaboom! I get off the chair and walk to Faris.
さあ、フェイス。答えてもらおう。IBN5100 はどこにある？
By the way, I recommend watching the Funimation dub. I did think about possibly using clips from the Funimation dub to kind of compare and contrast the visual novel, but I don't want to get done for copyright, so just watch the anime. And now for the information we require, the IBN. Everything you know about it.
IBN5100?
And Faris appears to be at a loss for words.
しらばっくれても無駄だ。俺は確かな筋から情報を得ているのだ。
Indeed we do. Mayuri Shino is always a reliable source. I remember that image of the IBN 5100 that Shining Finger, aka Morica, sent to me. I bring it up on my phone and show it to Faris.
お前が IBN5100 について知っているのは間違いない。
No backing out now, is there?
にゃー、そんな小難しい名前言われてもさっぱりにゃ。この写真の PC はどっかで見たことあるような気もするんやけど。
I don't know about you, but my own hopes are starting to deflate, just as everyone else's hopes did 5 seconds ago.
どういうことだ？お前はレトロ PC に詳しいのだろ？マユリがそう言っていたぞ。
And just like that, Rintaro spills the beans on his reliable source.
わ、情報源明かしてるし。
Daru does not approve.
はーい、マユシーが確かな筋です。
Yes, you are. You are an incredibly reliable source there, Mayuri.
詳しくはないにゃ。うちのパパが集めてたから今も家の倉庫にたくさんしまってあるけど。
Well, that is unfortunate. So Faris doesn't actually have any information on the IBN, but it could have possibly been in the collection of her father, who apparently seems to be an enthusiast of retro
つまり
PCs.
そこに IBN5100 が眠っているのだな。では今すぐ案内してもらおう。
Well, at least we now know where one is.
それは無理にゃ。
Yeah, even at the end, I didn't think it was going to be that easy to get the IBN 5100. Faris is continuing to block us.
なぜだ？
I think we've been roadblocked here, Rintaro. Faris puts on a bewitching smile.
あそこはフェイリス家にとっての聖域なのにゃ。
Apparently because her home is the sanctuary of the Faris clan. For some reason.
入ることができるのは猫耳を持つフェイリス家の娘で巫女の修行を積んだものだけにゃ。
So only cat maids who work at the MayQueen Yan Yan are only allowed to enter her sanctum sanctorum.
つまりフェイリス以外は誰も入れないのにゃ。もし無理に入ろうとすれば犬耳が生えてしまうにゃ。
I don't think that's exactly what happens, but we appear to be at a bit of an impasse of
そんなわけな
sorts.
かろうが。何が犬耳だ？
And by that, I mean to say we've hit a dead end.
ほんとなのにゃ。フェイリス嘘は言ってないのにゃ。
Yeah, not the same way as Rintaro's tall tales there. She suddenly starts acting like a scared little cat girl. Instantly the air was charged with malice. I find myself surrounded by 27 Faris fans, each glaring at me with bloodshot eyes.
卑怯だぞフェイリス。信者たちを味方につけたか。
Yes, indeed, a personal army of Faris fanatics who worship the Cat Queen.
フェリスは本当のことしか言ってないにゃ。
I seem to recall you making a very similar claim, Rintaro. The defeated are now under Faris' complete control. They approach as a shuffle, muttering foul prayers to their cat goddess. Yeah, I'm not going to read absolutely any of this, but you all get the idea. These guys are serious. I need the information Faris possesses, but I'm at too great a disadvantage now to press the attack. And then there's my personal weakness to Faris' powers. At this rate, I might be assimilated into the Faris cult. What do? She's reversed our great incredible strategy. But there's always a way out, and by that I mean Chini Biu mode, or Bayou mode, or whatever. I cry out and seize my right wrist. Apparently the exorcism has worn off. My right hand trembles, probably should get that looked at. I show agony on my face as I desperately try to control the trembling.
キョウマ、まさか RS ライネットアンチシステムがにゃからあれほどライネットはやっちゃダメだと。
Well, to be fair, we didn't really play so much as completely give up, but now look what you've started, Rintaro. What? Where did that come from? I believe once again our strategy is running away on us there. I ignore Faris and stagger towards the exit. Her worshippers let me pass. Feels as if everyone has given me cold stares, but I don't have time to check and make sure. I throw myself out the door and into open air.
くそ。結局何も収穫がなかったか。
Indeed. Unfortunately, well, I suppose we could get Mayuri to try and allow us to get the IBN 5100. The throbbing in my right arm settles as soon as I leave the cafe. I guess I'll ask Daru or Mayuri about Faris some other day. Feels like all of my exhaustion has caught up with me. And to make matters worse, it's boiling hot today. The sun's getting stronger as we enter August. Fed up with the heat, I wipe the sweat off my brow. And Mayuri is apparently calling out to us. Apparently she's worried, and she chases after us. She's smiling and waving at me, but her speed is clearly faster than mine.
どうした？フェイリス杯はもうお開きになったのか？
I would certainly say so by the fact that 28 people got thoroughly trounced, or technically 27 people.
ちょっぴり抜けてきたの。この後はね、フェリスちゃんとご歓談タイムだよ。
Even though all of them will be leaving empty-handed, just like we are,
それよりね、
except for different
さっ
reasons.
きの IBN5100 の話だけど、フェリスちゃんにもう一度写真を見せて聞いてみたんだ。
To be fair, that is a really obscure picture of the IBN 5100, so I doubt that Faris would have recognized it the
いい
first time
働きだ、マユ
around.
リ。どこぞの脳なしスーパーハッカーとは大違いだな。それで
Let's hear what Mayuri has to
フェリ
say.
スちゃんが言うにはね、それは小学生になるかならないかの頃だったらしいんだけどね。
Well, that's not really surprising, considering that the computer was made in 1975.
秋なのにとっても寒い日で、フェリスちゃんはブルブル震えながら執事の黒木さんに手をつながれて。
Apparently, Faris has a personal butler.
前置きが長い。頼むから要点だけを話してくれ。
And Rintaro wants to get straight to the meat.
つまりね、お父さんのレトロ PC コレクションの一つを神社に奉納したことがあるんだって。その PC に似てるって言ってたよ。
So apparently Faris ended up donating one of her father's computers to one of the two shrines in Akihabara.
神社だと
Well, that narrows it down considerably. It's an unexpected combination. PC and shrines, consumer electronics and ancient Shinto rituals. They're not even tangentially related.
どこの神社だ
Mayuri tilts her head in confusion. Apparently Faris doesn't know.
さあ、どこだろうね。
Well, there are only two possible locations. There's Yanabayashi Shrine, where Rukugo is, and then there is the other larger one. I believe it begins with K, but I can never remember it. And apparently Mayuri didn't ask Faris.
悪くないヒントだ
But at least we hopefully it is the the computer that we're looking for. The only shrines in Akiba are Kanada, Mojin, that is the name of the other shrine, and Yanabayashi. So, the IBN 5100, the Retro PC of Akihabara, the Phantom Retro PC, I might add, is at one of these two shrines. And I believe that is a good time to end the episode. When we return, adventurers, we shall use a process of elimination to determine which of the two shrines the IBN 5100 is being currently kept in storage. As always, until next we meet.